Well, I'm encouraged. This is what we wanted to hear. He's given us a challenge. 6 weeks to come up with an action plan. We can do that. Most things are in place. He understands that this is an artificial waterway, that this is all created by man that I'm standing on, and that we actually need to dredge the rivers and give the power back to local communities to continue doing what they've been doing since Roman times.
Right, well, your constituents have told the BBC that Owen Paterson wouldn't talk to them. That's a mistake, isn't it?
I'm not sure that's the case. We've had 2 meetings with representatives of the local community, farming, councils, district and county, the internal drainage boards, the Bath and West Show who's raising money. I'm not sure quite that's the case at all. And therefore we've actually been given that challenge, and we've taken up the challenge as the local community to do something about this.
Now, Ian Liddell Grainger, tell us what's going on behind you there.
Well, at the moment we've got pumps, as you can see to my right and left. They're pumping something like 1 million gallons a day into the Parrett and the Tone to try and alleviate the flooding, which is behind the camera, so in the way, obviously where I'm looking. And that is at the moment just holding the water steady. If we have more rain, we will have much more flooding. And the worry is that this river, which is tidal, is 40% below capacity as we speak. If we got the mud and the rubbish out here, what we're seeing to my right, your left, actually wouldn't be needed. We've always had flooding here, but it's never been as bad as this, ever.
All right, we seem to have lost a picture of Ian Liddell Grainger, but Ian, we can still hear you, I think. I mean, the Environment Agency claims that the rain would have overwhelmed...
It's all right.
OK, well, the Environment Agency said that the rain would have overwhelmed the river system even if it had dredged the waterways. What do you say to that?
Yes, it would have done, but the point here is this. We are now having rain that starts to flood our area earlier and earlier and earlier. Back in the time when this was run by the local community, it would flood possibly for a couple of weeks. That is it. This is months upon month upon month. And we've lost the capacity. Ever since Baroness Young of Scone said that she would like to blow up the pump houses here and allow all this to flood, we've never been allowed to dredge the rivers. The time has come to stop this, and let's get on with it.
Has the Environment Agency been too slow to act, then, for you and your constituents in Somerset?
It's very trite to say they haven't. A lot of people were saying they should have got the pumps in a week before they did. The problem is that until the water actually goes into the levels, you can't actually pump. So you have this dichotomy. Do you bring them in and let them wait and do nothing, or do you wait until there starts to be the flooding? It's a very difficult decision, and I think there are times when, including myself, I've cursed them like anything for not being quicker. I think in this case they were probably about right.
How are your constituents? They must be worried about forecasts of more rain.
Yeah. We're extremely worried, and we know it can't be any better than it is. I mean, we know there's going to be more rain. We know there's going to be more water and flooding. We need capacity to pump. A lot of people are wondering whether they should evacuate or wait. And unfortunately, we just don't know. We're slightly in the lap of the Lord and the Environment Agency, which, you know, we are going to make a difference, but it is not going to happen overnight, partly because it's too wet to get the heavy machinery onto the fields anyway.